It's one of those cases that sounds too bizarre to be true. A homeowner association feud turned into a full-blown criminal investigation. But the biggest shock? The one who called the police ended up being the one convicted. Let's start at the moment everything unraveled. Saturday afternoon. Blue skies. Calm lake. Then Karen showed up. Not her real name, obviously, but Karen fits her energy perfectly. Clipboard in hand. Aviators. That HOA smirks like she owns the entire neighborhood. Except she doesn't, because half the lake is mine. Literally deeded to my property. I'm just out there kayaking, minding my business, when she appears on the dock screaming across the water, "You're trespassing on HOA property." I laugh. I actually laugh, because she's on my dock, recording me with her phone like she's catching Bigfoot. I tell her, "Actually, this side's on my deed. Want to see the survey?" She yells back, "I'll call the cops." Everyone who's ever dealt with an HOA Karen knows. This is the battle cry. But I didn't think she'd actually do it. 15 minutes later, sirens, 2 squad cars. My heart races. Everyone always says, just stay calm. Hard to do when you're dripping lake water and a woman in capri pants is accusing you of grand theft of water. She's ranting to the officers, waving her phone. He's an aggressor. He's harassing me on HOA property. The cops turn to me. "You live here?" I nod. I show my ID, the deed, the official boundaries, everything. The officer examines it quietly. Then he turns to her, and his tone flips. "Ma'am, this section of the lake is indeed part of his property." Karen freezes. Her jaw locks. It's that moment when the villain realizes they accidentally set their own trap. But she refuses to stop. No, that can't be right. She's trembling, still filming. He's lying. He forged it. One cop sighs. The other rolls his eyes. "Ma'am, the county lines up with the map. You might want to stop filming now." But she doesn't. Oh no. She doubles down. Keeps filming my face, shouting over the officers. This is harassment. I'm the HOA president. I'll have him fined. The cops exchange looks. "Ma'am, the HOA doesn't have legal authority over private property." It's like she short circuits. And that's when the twist starts forming. She storms off, furious. I think it's over. But 2 days later, I got a letter. Certified mail. It's from the HOA. Somehow she convinced the board to fine me $2,500 for non-compliance with community lake rules. I can't believe it. She's actually trying to punish me for being on my own lake. I call my lawyer. He laughs so hard he nearly chokes. "Frame this letter," he says. "It's evidence of harassment." He sends a cease and desist. I think that's the end. But nope, that's just Act 2. 2 weeks later, a sheriff's deputy shows up at my door with a warrant. My stomach drops. For what? I ask. He says, "Alleged trespassing and property vandalism." Vandalism. I didn't even touch anything. Turns out, Karen filed a complaint claiming I damaged HOA property at the lake. She submitted video evidence. The deputy shows me the footage, and I burst out laughing. It's literally me paddling in my kayak. That's it. Peaceful, slow motion, wind in my hair. Apparently, that's damage. The deputy isn't amused, but he's professional. "We'll verify your deed. If it checks out, this will go nowhere." 3 days later, it checks out. Charges dropped immediately. But Karen? She's not done. She appeals to the HOA again, claiming bias in county records. Her obsession is getting dark. Neighbors start whispering that she's been sneaking out at night with a flashlight, patrolling the lake, checking for trespassers. It's starting to feel personal. Then one morning, I find something that makes my blood go cold. A GoPro, floating near my dock, still recording. I pull it out, scroll through the footage, and there she is, at 2:43 a.m., wading waist deep into my section of the lake, shining her flashlight at my house, whispering into her phone, "He won't catch me this time." I hand it to police immediately. They take it seriously. "This is criminal trespass," the officer says, "and possibly stalking." When word spreads, the HOA panics. Half the board resigns overnight. The local news catches wind. HOA leader under investigation for trespassing on residents' property. She disappears from public meetings. But here's the bizarre part. 2 weeks later, she's back, knocking on my door. I open it cautiously. She's calm, smiling, way too calm. "I just want to apologize," she says. "It's all a misunderstanding." Then she lowers her voice. "Delete the footage." My stomach knots. "I can't," I reply. "It's evidence." Her expression changes again, like a switch flipping. She whispers, "You'll regret this." She walks away. I call the cops again. They take another statement and promise to keep patrol close. But that night, 3:12 a.m., my motion sensor camera catches her standing at the edge of my driveway, staring at my house. Just staring. I sent that to the police too. They issue a restraining order. I think that's the end. But then, the twist that flips the entire story inside out. Turns out, the land survey that proves my property includes that lake section, it's based on documentation from her husband. He worked at the county recorder's office 10 years ago. When investigators dig further, they find an older version of the plat map, handwritten notations, erased lot lines, and a note signed with his initials. Suddenly, the entire boundary line is under review. If he manipulated the maps, then every deed around the lake might be invalid. And she knew it. The cops dig deeper and realize she wasn't crazy. She was desperate. If the new boundaries are confirmed, her property value cuts in half. It's a financial ruin. Her vendetta wasn't about control. It was about hiding the evidence. The county subpoenas her husband. He swears he never touched the maps, but the handwriting analysis says otherwise. Now both of them are under criminal investigation for falsifying county records. But here's the jaw-dropper. My lawyer calls me the next morning and says there's been a break-in at the county courthouse. Someone accessed the archives. Security footage shows a figure with a flashlight, wearing a baseball cap, exact height match to her husband. But he claims an alibi at home, sleeping through the night. The video timestamps align perfectly with a 911 call made by, guess who? Karen herself. She reported a suspicious person near the courthouse at that exact time. Cover story? Diversion? Nobody knows. The investigators pause the tape. Zoom in. The flashlight beam bounces off something shiny. The edge of a clipboard. The same clipboard she always carried. The officers share a look. All evidence suggests she orchestrated everything, including framing her husband to burn the documents and shift blame. She's arrested for obstruction, trespassing, and tamper with public records. But when they go to search her house, they find something else. Lock safe, hidden behind a false wall. Inside, multiple drives labeled with dates. On each, surveillance footage of every homeowner around the lake. Private recordings, some from inside people's windows. No one knows how she got them. No one knows why. The footage leads authorities to believe she might have been watching everyone for years. And just when I think it couldn't get darker, the last drive is labeled with tomorrow's date. Tomorrow. The police haven't opened it yet. They called me that night. "We think you're still a target," they say. I look out my window at the dark lake, where it all began. The water's still, too still, then movement, ripples, flashlight beam. A shadow steps into view near the dock. My phone buzzes again. Text message from an unknown number. Delete the footage. Remember the last scene? The shadow at my dock. The unknown text. Delete the footage. Yeah, that wasn't a warning. It was a countdown. Within seconds, my security alarm went off. Motion sensors flaring. I peeked through the blinds. Someone was down there, half submerged, a flashlight beam cutting through the mist. I hit a record on my phone. Called the cops. Sirens again, same as the first time. But this time, everything felt different. I ran outside, shouting, "I've called the police." The figure turned, and my stomach dropped. It wasn't Karen. It was her husband, dripping wet, backpack strapped to his chest. "Where's Karen?" I asked. He didn't respond, just muttered, "She's gone too far." Then he threw the backpack into the lake and dove after it. Police arrived 30 seconds later. Searchlights everywhere. They pulled him out, freezing, trembling, screaming that he was saving the proof. They found the backpack later, sunk in mud near the dock. Inside, 2 hard drives, a sealed envelope, and a flash drive inside a waterproof case marked with my address. The flash drive was loaded with encrypted files. When the forensic team finally cracked it open, the contents didn't just expose Karen's surveillance. It revealed recordings from inside the police department evidence room. Camera angles no civilian should have. Turns out, Karen's hidden cameras weren't just spying on neighbors. They were feeding into a cloud system connected to devices disguised as HOA lake monitors. Somewhere in the network, someone higher up was accessing them. In one of the files labeled Archive 12, a man's voice could be heard whispering, "Phase completed. Delete after review." Even worse, the voice matched the chief of police. When investigators traced the IP logs, it showed remote access from multiple county offices. Suddenly, Karen wasn't the sole villain. She was part of a bigger, coordinated scheme. She wasn't spying just for power. She was collecting leverage, insurance, blackmail, control. And when she realized the feds were moving in, she vanished. No trace. Car abandoned. The house emptied. Only one thing left behind on her kitchen counter. A single sticky note. 3 words. "Check the lake." Divers went back one last time, right beneath my dock. They surfaced with something metal, a small waterproof safe. Inside, it wasn't money or drives. It was a badge, Sheriff's Department issue. Note, new evidence suggests Karen might not have been the only one watching. Stay tuned. This lake isn't done revealing secrets.